Button on the
Yay.
timer. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of STD Gaming Central. I met a buddy from Iran. I was really surprised anybody that's watched the news in the last 60 years would probably realize that Iran isn't necessarily one of America's allies, but for me it was really nice to meet somebody from Iran, and we've actually become friends. We're really good friends. For the last week and a half, 2 weeks, we've been playing a lot of games together, and I really enjoy his company, and it was just really nice to know that I wasn't completely wrong when I believe that most people just want to go to work, take care of their families, and have a nice, peaceful life. Alright, I'll go ahead and introduce. This is Barbod. Barbod lives in Iran, and you are 14 years old, right, Barbod?
Yes, indeed.
Alright, which for people that actually know me are going to think, what is a 39-year-old dude doing with a 14-year-old guy? You freaking pervert. That's not what it is at all, but anybody that plays games, it doesn't matter if you're 10 or 200 years old. If you're willing to play, it's time to play. What I'm going to go ahead and do right now is I'm going to let Barbod go ahead and explain his day. We're going to go ahead and call this section, let's go ahead and call it Peace Through Video Games. I was going to call it Terrorist School, but that's just kind of wrong.
Yeah.
So peace
Yeah. Weird.
peace through video games. All right. So, why don't
Yep.
you go ahead and tell us about yourself, Barbod, like where exactly you're from, and then go ahead and tell us how your day starts.
So, I'm from Iran. I was born in 2003. I don't know the exact month because our months are different with Americans. Sorry. Yeah. That's it. Sorry, my family was there. Yeah. Oops. And for God's sake.
No, it's all right. It's actually pretty good. It adds some realism to it to know that you're actually where you're at, and we're not faking this video. But go ahead.
Oh, that was it. Technical difficulties. Yay.
Yeah, it
So
is what
yeah.
it is.
So my day starts with waking up probably early in the morning and usually studying because school is tough as everything in Iran because apparently we have to study the things that we don't have to, you know? So yeah, that's my day. That what usually starts with I go to school, I play video games after school, and yeah, I'm here.
And like, what kind of classes do you have in school? I'm sure you have your basics like mathematics. Um, Definitely, like in America,
Yeah,
English is, I believe, one of the hardest languages to learn. If you're not born in America, English is one of the hardest languages to learn in the entire world. At least I believe so. Um, so in America, you actually have to basically take school until what, like, I want to say first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th grades. Basically, you have to have at least 10 years of English school just to make sure that you can speak it properly and write and blah blah blah. What about you? Do they?
um,
Is it that bad for you?
in Iran, we have like the shittiest English school, like border shitty because we have the dumbest grammar taught to us because probably we are in like a different country, we don't speak the language, but like if you're told the grammar that like a like newborn child doesn't use in like normal English, so yeah, what do you know?
All right. Now, if you could have any meal, what's your favorite meal? Like, if you came home and what would your mom make if you had a bad day and wanted to make your day better?
Um, it would be a Persian food called shami, which is like it's a mix of different potato and vegetables and like they're mashed together and fried. That's how they make shami, basically. That is what I would love to eat.
And like, how does it work? Like for, I guess I want to say grocery shopping. How does grocery shopping work? I mean, are groceries expensive? Is it kind of hard? Do you basically have to grow a lot of your own food?
And no, they aren't that expensive. They're like normal price and all those stuff. And it's not like, oh my god, like this is like really expensive. No, no, not that much. But there are expensive food items like maybe some special type of chocolate, some special type of ice cream, or special types of other things. That's just the most expensive things, maybe.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
I know like most people, if you don't know what Muslims do, they are not allowed to eat pork, but most people here in America realize that. But
Yeah, we are
other than
not.
that, like, what's your favorite kind of meat?
Um, cow. It's gotta be cow.
All right, well, see, look, you heard it here first, people. Americans love beef, and Iranians love beef.
Yeah, well.
Even an Iranian. It is beef is what's for dinner.
Yeah, it is indeed.
And in your country, see, like in America, we have people, like, I started playing games when I was a kid. I mean, the first time that I probably had some sort of a video game controller or something in my hands was when I was 5 years old. So that basically, I want to say, is about 1982. 1982 or 1983 was about when I first started getting my whole gaming on. For anybody that doesn't know, that would basically be like the era of the Commodore 64. The NES hadn't quite come out. We were still in the Atari generation, and actually the very first console that I remember playing a lot of it was the ColecoVision. And that basically started me to, and we got somebody else in here. Somebody joined this server, so be careful. I can hear him running around. He's an enemy. Oh, he's on our
Yeah,
team. He's a
he's
blueberry.
yeah. Yeah.
But anyways,
Look at him back yeah.
I started,
Okay.
and now in America it's actually a little bit social acceptable for somebody of my age to still be playing video games as long as I have a job and pay my bills. But I think you and I had talked a little bit before about there aren't very many people my age that play video games in Iran.
The, yeah, certainly they aren't because, you know, adults have like much more to work and then work is really tougher and because they
Yeah,
don't get paid as much as you do. Yeah.
yes. So we got a lot of luxury going on here.
Yep.
So that's basically maybe the pay wage is a little bit different, so they actually probably have to work more than 40 hours a week to make ends meet, right?
Yeah. Probably.
Everybody know the word. We're kind of dancing, glitching around.
Yeah. Yep. It might see her running would be good. But yeah.
And just in case anybody doesn't know what we're doing, we're basically in an unpopulated server just so we can screw around and have an interview and don't have to worry about getting shot at. So, do you plan on, Barbod, when you get older, trying to change the way that Iranians feel about video games? I mean, are you still going to try to play video games when you get older if you get enough time? If you get
I
enough
mean,
money in your job, or you think that you're going to have to end up being like up and give it up after you get to a certain age?
I will, I would love to play as much as video games till it doesn't interrupt somebody's life or my life or ruins anything. So yeah, there goes that.
So hopefully you'll get the privilege and availability to be able to play video games until you're 40 years old. I mean, it's probably going to be a sad fact, but by the time that you turn 40, I will probably be long gone. I will probably already have spent my time on this earth, and hopefully you'll be able to carry on the torch of video games. Peace through video
I mean,
games.
certainly plays the video games, but like, come on, you'll be 70. Everyone's like,
Yeah.
nah, that's 85-year-old. So yeah.
Yeah, but I live in
But,
America, and we eat a lot of fast food, so we get a lot of heart disease, so chances are I'll probably die of a heart attack by the time I'm 65. Those are just statistics.
I hope not.
And that brings me to another point. What kind of American goods are you able to get there in Iran? I know that, you know, there isn't a bunch, and I know in a lot of foreign countries they don't even let American food get in there because of the preservatives and the chemicals we use, but what type of American foods and stuff and products can you actually get there in Iran?
So, Pringles are American, right? Pringles, the chips,
Yes, they are.
We are allowed to get that, and our M&Ms too. I think the
Yep.
M&Ms are American as well. So we are allowed to get those, and
So you can't stop the
Mount.
pop, and they melt in your mouth and not in your hand.
Hopefully. We could get Mountain Dew as well. Because I
Now,
think that's the most.
see, look, man, you already got it starting out for basically the same thing that American gamers do. You got your Mountain Dew there, and you got your snacks. So, I mean, it's not too much different once you go into your house and start playing video games from what people here do in America. Is it just basically like those foods? I mean, have you ever heard of, like, what am I trying to think of? Something that's a real iconic American. Do you guys have any kind of fast food restaurants or anything over there?
Only KFC. Only KFC.
Oh yeah, I think he's told me that before. Only KFC. That's just because everybody loves chicken.
Both types of it, I think. I forget what I'm saying. And they say that you shouldn't eat McDonald's because like it's against Islam and all those stuff. So, don't know why, but that's there. Yes, so.
Why is exactly McDonald's against Islam? I mean,
No clue. No clue.
maybe just because it's mainly an American company and it basically supports quite a bit of American values, which I don't even want to say values. I mean American corporation values, as far as basically just who cares whether or not the public gets unhealthy from eating your food, as long as you know.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that kind of makes me upset about America is that basically America is the land that's based on the dollar bill, the greenback, and 9 times out of 10, if it generates enough tax dollars, there's going to be a hard chance that the United States government is going to pass a law to try to outlaw that, you know. I mean, we're even to the point here in America right now where marijuana was illegal for I don't know how many years, you know, and it was actually a criminal offense, and we're actually getting it started to change where we have medical marijuana, and also in some states marijuana is completely legal. And I tell people the truth about this. It's got nothing to do with health issues about the reason why this stuff is legalized, and it's got everything to do with tax dollars. They are making hundreds of millions of dollars off of the tax of marijuana. And that is America. Plain and simple. Home of the dollar bill. And that's why I have a respect for a lot of other countries, even though, you know, it takes money to make the world go round. They don't rely so much on the money, and they, you know, I tell people all the time, China is becoming a very industrialized country, but before, they just go grab 50 people and they dig a ditch or a canal that needed to be done. The community would get together and they wouldn't need money. They would just get together and pull their resources together and make it happen. But unfortunately, we only have a few seconds left before my timer goes off, so I'm going to have to end this episode. But definitely be out there, pay attention for some more episodes, and definitely, if you like this video, give it a like. But Peace Through Video Games, I'm going to try to be doing this maybe once every 2 weeks, maybe a little bit more. I'm also going to look for some other individuals from some other countries that, you know, we wouldn't specifically target as being gaming countries. Alright, Barbod, thank you for being on the program.
Thank you for asking me.
No problem, and I'm definitely going to have you back. And then I would say to my viewers that be prepared to see Barbod in any kind of squad every once in a while. If I try to do some videos, once I get my capture card and everything, I'm going to start doing some real edited videos, and my channel's going to get a lot better, I promise. Alright, you guys, thank you for your time, and remember,
Please leave questions in the comment.
yeah, if you have any questions for Barbod or anything, leave them in the comments. Unfortunately, he might not be able to answer them specifically because he could get in trouble in his country, but I might ask them, and then I will put up a response as in what I am saying so that he doesn't get in any trouble. Alright, you guys have a good day. Thanks for your time.